Rutherford Rifle returns to Hampton. A War of 1812 artifact completes its long journey home to the Hampton History Museum. On June 25, 1813, the town of Hampton came under attack. Captain Richard Servant worked quickly to gather the precious rifles as his men withdrew, but at least one slipped through his hands. Ensign James Banks later admitted in a September 1813 letter, "On the morning of the 25th of June last, when the alarm was given, I left my commission, my rifle, in my tent, and consequently, it has fallen into the hands of the enemy." More than 150 years would pass before a rifle, marked with the 115th Regiment that fought at Hampton, would return to America, and eventually to Hampton itself. Though historians cannot say for certain that it was Banks's missing rifle, the possibility remains. What is certain is that this rare weapon is one of the few surviving remnants of the battle. When the Hampton History Museum opened in May of last year, it borrowed the rifle from Richmond collector B. Giles Cromwell. In 2019, the artifact officially became part of the museum's permanent collection. "The story is the odyssey of the rifle," said Mike Cobb, curator of the museum. "This rifle was made for the state of Virginia." The weapon's journey began in 1811, when gunsmith Archibald Rutherford of Harrisonburg delivered it to Captain Servant in Hampton. It was likely carried only once, into the Battle of Hampton. Afterward, British Lieutenant Colonel Charles Napier brought it back to England. Decades later, Napier's life ended in a striking scene, on his Manners camp cot, surrounded by weapons collected from his campaigns, spears, shields, and most likely the Rutherford rifle. There were probably fine beds in his house, but he chose to be laid out in his camp cot, Cobb explained. "Think of this rifle, tied to Hampton in Virginia, resting among objects from across the world, a symbol of that man's and that nation's incursions into distant lands. The rifle remained with the Napier family through 4 generations before making its way to Los Angeles in 1973. After passing through several owners, it was acquired by Cromwell, who loaned it to Hampton until its permanent return. Artifacts from the War of 1812 are exceedingly rare. When you do find things, they tend not to be as desirable," Cobb said. "But this rifle is different. The fact that we have every assurance it came from Napier makes it a very, very rare weapon," said Tommy Thompson, who, with Whiting Cheisman, led the fundraising campaign to purchase it for the museum. "There are none others that we have seen." Thompson believes the other 74 rifles likely did not survive the Civil War, having been melted down for their metal. The Battle of Hampton itself carried special significance. In the aftermath, British troops, including French prisoners serving under them, looted the town, raped women, and even shot a bedridden man, his wife, and their dog. That had not happened during the Revolution. "It was a new element of warfare," said Thompson. "War was different then, supposedly fought by gentlemen. The brutality shocked Americans. Future President Andrew Jackson cited Hampton as a warning when rallying his men before the Battle of New Orleans in 1815. And he won that battle," Thompson added. "So maybe Hampton did help forge the fighting spirit that turned the British back." The attack also spurred the construction of Fort Monroe in 1819, a fortress that would shape the region for generations. "That rifle holds that story together," Cobb reflected. "It's the centerpiece. If you like this story and would like more, please like to help keep these stories alive. Comment to share your thoughts or ask questions. Subscribe. Join me in exploring our rich history through the people that came before us. Every interaction helps spread awareness and preserves our past. Thank you for being part of this journey.